So when I believe now and I'm walking the right path, I completely feel this is completely not what it was over there, and now I completely understand.
That's right. And RP, that's exactly what one of the parables of Jesus Christ says. He says, he who has a greater debt owed to a king, and if a king forgives the debt of a person that owes $1 million versus the 100, who do you think jumps out of that door joyfully? You see what I'm saying? It's the one with $1 million. And the one that has actually gotten bitten and has scars and comes to doing the right thing, the righteousness, finds God's law and righteousness in that sense, is a lot more grateful than a person that grew up in a little box, in a little coop. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't feel the person that felt pain. You understand what I'm saying?
As a parent, do you allow your child to sin?
Will you allow your...
As a parent?
Absolutely not.
I mean, you teach them the right and wrong, but if you know that they're going to do something that they're going to get burned, don't you sometimes owe it to them to let them get burned?
The burn. Just keep that metaphor on burn. You raise children, we raise children. Always the match, always the fire. Yeah. And I do let him get burned. Iman is... Iman was like... don't do it, Iman, was that type of a guy. And I think both of them are amazing cooks, by the way. You should see my breakfast smell on Saturday morning. Iman and Jumbo. But then for some apparent reason, I have to take him to buy a toy. Now I'm getting this. Maybe they don't love me. Maybe it's the toy, though. But I had to allow Iman to touch the fire. And I know he's going there, and the poor kid's finger got blistered pretty bad. But you know what? Yeah, we talk about that all the time. How he should stay away from fire and be careful, John Paul, because it can really burn you. Because he knows the pain of burn. So to tell you what you said is absolutely right. The pain of a simple person that has found righteousness is greater than someone that just has had maybe life, you know, of that. But sin is not a prerequisite of righteousness. You understand what I mean? That's not how we're designed. We're designed to do the right thing. Basically, to explain your question, just so others won't understand, I know what you're saying. A car will get into an accident. And you know a car that's gotten into an accident. And you could see something is not right with it. And that car knows what it feels like to be in an accident, right? But it was never designed to be in an accident. You with me? We're never designed to look mangled up and messed up. We're designed to just actually soar like eagles and enjoy life. And that's what we need to understand, that, you know, but in free will, where love can only exist, these actions.
So in a way, though, being a sinner kind of empowers you, too, to be a stronger believer.
You know, I have not figured that one out. You know, I tell you why. I know you're, in a specific sense that you're speaking, yes. In a general form that I'm looking at is in the general concept, there are some people that I don't think they have the IQ to get this. And I think they just keep sinning, keep sinning, keep sinning. I don't think they have the IQ, literally the IQ to get this. And this is part of me that says maybe Calvinism, the Calvin's tulip is a right concept, even though I don't look at it that way. I'm an Armenianist, you know. So I, you know, Armenianist, not an Armenian, but so I look at that concept and I say that some people just don't get it, even though they're. I mean, I know people that have been suffering with sin, and I mean, literally, their sin is cutting them up into pieces. I mean, they are in just. They're nowhere. They're getting nowhere, and they will get nowhere, and they just can't see that. You could tell them that. You could show them that. You could. Can't get it. And then you see a person that probably has stolen one pencil and comes to this gospel message, and all of a sudden, like, they're on fire for the Lord. Like, I'll give you an example, like David. Why is he fully committed to God? He doesn't even have one exciting story about he murdered someone. Not in CIA. In CIA, I know that he has a lot of secrets. But he doesn't have any exciting story. You talk to Bottom. Bottom's most exciting story is he got into a fight once. You know, but his wife. David.
I think about it all the time. My parents
Wait, I can't hear.
My parents were from a background that was very pagan. Not my dad, but my mom grew up in an atheistic home. My dad walked away from God. And they have these amazing testimonies about how God worked in their life, and it's awesome to hear their story. I don't have a story like that. And so I always wonder about that. Do I not understand the grace of God as much as they do? I think the more I'm in ministry, the more I'm catching up to them. Because there's a different kind of the grace of God that you need for doing His work. What I see, though, about my parents and my other people that have been in darkness is that those memories are still there. They don't go away. And Satan uses them to his advantage even to this day in both my parents' life. And I know that means that there's a constant battle going on about their past. He's always trying to remind them about their past. Always trying to tell them, look who you are. You did this, you did that. You're not worthy to serve God. These kinds of doubts and lies.
And takes authority from preaching. You don't have the authority. And when Satan brings your past, it robs you from that authority of preaching the gospel, David. And I know that, I know for myself that sometimes that I say something and then I hear Satan, but you're a liar too. How dare you tell these people that lying is a sin? It just really takes the authority. That's right. But when you look at Jesus at the age of 12, David, you could continue if you want to move on. At the age of 12, he walks into the temple, and the authority and the power that he had when he spoke to people, it was just amazing. They were astonished of who this little kid is. You see what I'm saying? So there's benefits, there's pros, and there's cons, and there's a lot of ramifications and other things that go with it. But ultimately, I believe that what saved David and brought him into this great joy of serving God is the knowledge of who God is. Same thing with a sinner. What will save a sinner is the knowledge of who God is, and not the feeling of what God could do. Not the miracle of what God did, but the knowledge of what God is, and him reprogramming his mind and saying, oh my goodness, I've been living the wrong way, which I thought it was the right way, so I will die to that. I am a new person. I want to live